the Reverend Horton Heath. Jim Heath, how's it going with you and the band? Because you guys are all going on the road right now.
hmm Oh, it's going great. We tour no matter what, irrespective of any album release, we're on tour all the time, it seems like. But this tour is really hectic and really hellish. I mean, it's a great tour for the shows are great. It's just the travel is just, man, we were up in Montreal, it was 20 below zero yesterday. Crazy.
And that's probably without the windshield, so it might have been even colder.
Well, they kept telling us Celsius and Fahrenheit. I think they go Celsius. So I think that was Fahrenheit though. But anyway, it was it's been really hard going here. The tour started in Albuquerque, New Mexico, Colorado, then over to Seattle, Portland, Vancouver, then back straight across Montana, Minneapolis, Chicago, Detroit, Toronto, Buffalo. It's crazy. We're in Boston now. That's crazy.
Sometimes, do you realize what town you are in? Because, you're traveling so much. It should be hard on the system at times.
Yeah, it can be hard on your body. It's kind of crazy, but it's okay. It's all good. But yeah, the shows are going great though. So that's what makes it all worthwhile.
And Jim, why are you thinking of releasing an album like Rev in 2014 now? Is it easier to release albums now, or a little bit more effort to put into it?
Well, everyone's different. I mean, we've had this is one of the best record deals we've had in 15 years, and I love the guys at Yep Rock Records, but they're kind of smaller and they kind of not. I guess long story short is Victory Records is pounding really hard this album for us, and it's good. It's good all around timing because the songs off the new album are going over real well with our fans, and we're able to play more songs off the new album than we've really been able to do for 15 years or more. So.
The question is, like, let's say for promo videos, would you say it's still important today to release the music videos for the fans?
Well, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of bands I know that they'll release their CD will only have 5 songs, but then they do 5 really good videos for every one of those songs, and it gets posted on YouTube, and it's kind of the way things are going right now, or headed. I know a lot of people will lament the death of the 12-song album, but the video thing is real important now. Yeah.
Now, Jim, let's say for your guitar tones and stuff throughout the years, for your amps and stuff, has it always, mostly remained the same, for your guitar amps and, effects, etc.?
Well, I have changed. The spirit of the whole deal has changed. I mean, this has stayed the same, but I have kind of added some kind of things here and there. But by and large, no. By and large, it's a hollow body guitar with a Bigsby plugged into a Gretsch amp a Fender amp without much. I still use my slapback echo, echo, and I've changed different ways of how I would get that over the years, but not that much. The spirit's the same. Yeah.
Would you say rockabilly, and psychobilly music is getting even more famous now, with the internet and stuff, so, all sorts of, age groups can discover this music?
Well, yeah, it could be. It could be. I mean, I hope so. I've heard in a couple of interviews I've done that they think that the rockabilly, psychobilly movement's really exploding. And I know our shows do great, but we've been a pretty successful band for a pretty long time now. So, our shows are going real well. I mean, I know that, but it's that, we've kind of always done that though. So we've always had great shows. So, I hope that's true. I hope that it is exploding right now. I think that's going to be a pretty awesome deal for us, at least.
And let's say, for the artwork on Rev, how long did it take you to decide this idea, with the car and stuff, army tanks?
Well, one of my best friends is a really killer mechanic in Texas, in Dallas, and he basically what he does though is he's a stunt driver now, but he's worked on dragster teams and NASCAR and all that, and builds hot rods, and then also just builds these crazy camera cars. He's a cool guy, not just a mechanic, and that's an original artwork that's in his office, and that's actually one of his that's actually his main vintage car that he built that's on the front of it. And I was in his office talking to him, and he really likes music too, so he's one of my best friends. And so I looked up there and I was thinking, man, that would be, because we were knocking around all this different artwork ideas for the album. I looked up there and said, man, can I use that for my artwork for my album cover? And he said, oh yeah, that'd be great. So yeah, so he actually owns that original oil painting, or I don't know if it's oil or how the guy did it, but Max Grundy is the artist, and so I think Jeff contacted him to make sure it was all okay, and so that's what happened.
And now it's immortalized in the album cover artwork, so that's great. Also,
yeah, I know. I told him, I said, if the album does good, then it could make your painting, way more valuable. I said, but if the album sucks, it could make that, nobody will want this. Nobody will want your painting if you ever had to sell it. But I don't know. It's one of those things he won't sell because it's his car,
Now, Jim, what do you think, vinyl versus CD, for the group and releasing it? Do you find that vinyl releases is getting more successful now?
Oh yeah, vinyl made a big comeback, and so there's all these labels popping up that don't even do CDs now. They do the internet download with the vinyl, and because CDs are kind of a hassle. Vinyl, of course, is the biggest hassle because you got to have a turntable, and you can't take the turntable around with you like you could a CD player. But it's got that appealing vintage sound that people like, and so that I like too. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm glad to see a resurgence in vinyl, and I think it makes people pay attention to the music more as they're listening to it if they're playing it on a vinyl record rather than a CD. And and then you can most all new vinyl that comes out does have the internet download, and really the way most people are listening now is MP3.
Mm-hmm. And of course, is the vinyl mastered differently, would you say?
Yeah, they have to do something with with it to. They take the stereo image and make it mono for the middle of the groove, and then they re-add the sides to it. I don't know how they do that, but there's a process that they do to make and then vinyl too. You do have to be careful with the low end. Not as much as they used to, but the low end will make the needle jump out of the groove.
Right. Well, Jim, this is great talking to you, and I wish you all the success with this tour and the album of Rev, of course. Keep up the great work in your career.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate it. Well, thanks for your time, and thanks for calling me.
Hey, you're very welcome, and you have a good one, okay?
Okay, man. Take care. You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.